Hey, and welcome to Black's Quick Guides, where today I wanted to go over the 10 Skywalker Saga classes and abilities you can unlock with kyber bricks and what these abilities do. This guide is coming out before the game is released based on info I found on the internet, so while there is no play footage, this info will give you an early start on figuring out what you want to focus on, so let's get to it. The first class is the JEDI class, and this one is one that many people are going to be aiming for first, and here are the abilities you'll be able to unlock. Force Flinger increases the attack damage caused by objects that are thrown with the Force. JEDI Reflexes will help when you successfully perform combat counters, making them much more powerful to damage nearby enemies. Trick Time will increase the time you get when performing Distract and Panic Jedi mind tricks, and Mind Master, which increases the range for the Distract and Panic Jedi mind tricks abilities. Now moving on to the hero class and their associated abilities. The first ability is Improved Shield Generator, which increases the shield for ships that are piloted by your hero characters. The next skill is Armored Disguise, which adds a defense bonus to the armor you have equipped, reducing the damage you take. The next skill is Rebel Heart, which will help how often enemies will drop hearts for you to recover, and last but not least is Hero Terminal Expert, which allows you to bypass these hero terminals by holding down your interaction button, or can be completed for bonus studs. Alright, so the next class is definitely the one I will probably be working on first, and that is the Scavenger class, and here follows are those abilities. Up first we have the Crafty ability, which offers up new color schemes for your scavenger tools, which you can perform by rebuilding your tool to get a new color from the available color schemes. Next up is Expert Climber, which will increase your climbing speed. The third skill is Better Breaker Blaster, which will give an increase to the explosion range and damage of the Breaker Blaster, which will increase its destructiveness while in combat. And the last skill for scavenging is Advanced Glider, which will increase your speed while using a glider. Let's move on to many people's favorite, which is the Scoundrel class and their abilities. The first ability is called Business Opportunist, which gives the player a stud discount when purchasing rumors and hints at the holo projector. The next skill is Charge Shot, which allows you to hold two buttons to charge up your weapon, which will give your weapon 25% more damage when fired. The next skill is Combat Slide, which allows you to perform a slide while running, which damages enemies and objects while you look cool doing it. The last skill is Piercing Rounds, which will fire through cover, allowing you to hit targets trying to hide from you. Let's move on to the Bounty Hunter class and their abilities. The first ability is Enemy Detector, allowing you to detect enemy scum through walls and other surfaces. Next we have Hidden Bounties, which will give you a bounty of studs from defeated enemies, making this a nice way to earn some extra credits. Scatter Shot is the third ability, which will fire a spread of bullets, creating a wide spread of damage to your enemies. And last but not least, we have the good old Shock Grenade, which will toss a grenade that will briefly stun enemies and is a good way to disable shields like those you see on droid decals. So, you want to be a villain? Well, they are the next class to discuss, and here are their abilities. Demolitions Expert, which will cause your grenades to have a higher explosive damage over a greater range. Extra Ammo is the second ability, which gives any weapons found in a crate to have more ammo, allowing you to use it longer. Defense Droid is the next ability, which gives you a pet character to help you take down rebel scum. And last we have Villain Terminal Expert, which allows you to forego using villain terminals, or simply choose to do them for bonus studs. Now if you thought villains were bad, wait until you see the DARKSIDE class abilities, the first of which is called Fear the Dark Side, which will cause enemies and civilians to have an increased chance of running away, and they'll run further. The second skill is a Power Push, which will bring out your Innervator, allowing you to push enemies back even further. Force Crush is the next skill for the Darkside class, which will damage foes that are grabbed by the Force. And of course, lastly, we have Dark Rise, which will boost your power and lifting capabilities of Force Lift. Now, here's a fun little class I am dying to try out, and that is the ASTROMECH class. Here are those abilities, so you can tell me if this is something that gets you excited to play. Leave a comment below if you are. The first ability is Distraction, which allows you to project a hologram to distract nearby enemies. Help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi. Next up is Droid Barge, which gives you a slide ability similar to the Scoundrel class. The third skill is ASTROMECH Socket Expert, which allows you to bypass these sockets or go ahead and do them for extra studs. And last but not least, for the ASTROMECH class, we have Supercharges, which adds a shockwave to stun prod attacks, which will toss damage at all nearby enemies. So maybe ASTROMECH isn't your thing, but there's also the Protocol Droid class and these cool abilities. So first up is Destructible Disassembly, which will toss out a shockwave to break apart nearby enemies. Next up we have Paid Translator, which gives you the player bonus studs when you translate alien languages. Look your best with this next ability called Polished Plating, which gives you a chance to deflect enemy fire. And the last skill for Protocol Droids is Turret Tune-Up, which will allow shots fired from Protocol terminal turrets to bounce around, hopefully finding their targets with some sweet bank shots. For those characters who are considered part of the Extras class, they do not have their own abilities, but they do get quite a few upgrades to things like attracting studs so they can be scooped up further away, to more attack power or faster building, or being able to sprint faster. Alright, so that's going to do it for this video. I hope I got you on the right track and ready to play the Skywalker Saga. Leave a comment down below with your most anticipated class. Check back here over the next few days and weeks as I plan to post many more guides for this highly anticipated game. Remember to stay positive and may the Force be with you, always.